And today is Sunday, September 11th, a day to remember and reflect. And the city of Yonkers is paying tribute today to the many Yonkers residents that lost their lives on 9/11 or due to a 9/11 related illness. News 12's Emily Young brings us to the 9/11 memorial at the Yonkers Waterfront.
21 years passed, in the blink of an eye for some.
Does it feel like 21 years?
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is why we need to be here today and for years to come, to remind those who weren't there of not only the tragedy that unfolded, but to tell the stories and the memories of those that we've lost.
Kevin Murphy.
Including the 26 Yonkers residents that lost their lives that day, the 8 first responders from Yonkers that died from illness related to working at Ground Zero, and the military servicemen from Yonkers who were killed in the War on Terror.
I just ask that each of you walk past the monuments behind me and read those names, except for the family. It may be the only time those names are said 21 years later.
Hope Hollinsworth Coxum lost her son, Staff Sergeant Courtney A. Hollinsworth, while he was fighting in Iraq.
For me, it's a day for me to remember the heroism of my son and what he did and how he went to war and he fought for all of us.
Betsy Finnerty lost her husband, Seamus Finnerty, from a 9/11 related illness.
This is, it means to me now, this is the day that my husband started dying.
Yonkers Police Commissioner Christopher Sapienza remembers rushing downtown to lend a hand.
My job at Ground Zero was to stand next to the pile and look for anything that looked like human remains, that looked like a body, that looked like hopefully a survivor. Among those remains was my friend and former leader from the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major Mike Curtin. He was the best cop I knew and he was the best Marine I knew.
21 years later, all that's left is our memories.
You know, people say you never get to necessarily meet your hero. I always say I raised mine.
In Yonkers, Emily Young, News 12.